Hey guys, chapter 6 is finished. I knew I'd be able to work better today. I thought about doing the video standing up after I did some work standing up, but all that standing up made me tired, so I'm doing the video sitting down. Chapter 6 is finished, and I'm really excited about that. It's a chapter that I've known for a while that I've been looking forward to write, because it's a chapter on shortcuts that you take because you are desperate. And that's been a central part of why I'm writing about this to begin with. It's one of the first reasons for taking a shortcut that I and my writing mentors helped me come up with. And it's probably the most frustrating and devastating reason that people take shortcuts. So I'm going to read you a little bit of what I wrote today. Because we need such an immediate solution to it, we tend to think of desperation as an immediate problem. It isn't. Barring an actual emergency that you had no control over, sudden illness, natural disaster, economic collapse, zombie apocalypse, being desperate now has nothing to do with what's happening right now. Being desperate now is a result of letting a difficult but tolerable situation fester until it becomes intolerable. The thing you desperately need to solve or fix or get rid of this week, you probably knew about it 6 months ago. But between then and now, what did you do about it? Nothing. Here's how this typically happens. 6 months ago, an issue comes up. You look at it, think it isn't that bad, and move on. 3 months ago, the issue becomes a problem. You don't want to deal with it, or you have more pressing problems, so you never quite get around to addressing it. 1 month ago, the problem becomes a crisis. You realize how big it's gotten and freak out. Dealing with it now will be really painful, so you ignore it and hope it will fix itself. Today, the crisis is officially an emergency. You can't pretend it doesn't exist anymore. You have to fix it now, or really bad things will happen. For me, in an example that I talked about earlier, this looked like not doing any extra client prospecting for several months, because I already had a few clients coming up and was busy doing work for them. That was fine for a while, but when those clients finished up and their money ran out, I didn't have any more coming in and only a few days to find another client. So I took a client that ended up being a big shortcut, met my immediate need for cash, and ended up suffering even more in the long run. For you, it might look like putting off dealing with a problematic employee until they've embarrassed the company or lost you a lot of money. Or like noticing a few issues with your supplier, but ignoring them until they ruin an entire shipment or just disappear. Or having a few harsh words with your partner and putting off resolving things until you're dumped or served with divorce papers. You can find immediate solutions to emergencies like these, but in the long run, you probably aren't going to like them much. And as you're dealing with both the solutions and their consequences, you'll probably wonder, why didn't I just deal with this sooner? If you'd like to know the answer to that question, read the book when it comes out. Thought I'd end on the nonfiction equivalent of a cliffhanger there. Yeah, so tomorrow is Labor Day, which is technically a holiday for a lot of people, but I'm gonna still be working because it's Labor Day. I'll be doing labor, I guess. I'm sure I'm not the first person to make that joke. But I'm gonna write. I've got one more chapter and the conclusion to put together, and I'm gonna try and get through those tomorrow. Plus, I have some client work to get ready for. So, yeah, we're moving forward, and once that's done, we can start talking about how am I going to edit this thing? Because that's a very important question, and I'm looking forward to talking about it. All right, have a good night.